Ever since it was first announced, I wanted Azumarill EX to be good. After all, it can deal 340 damage for 7 psychic energy attached to itself. Except thanks to its ability, that energy can start anywhere before eventually being moved to the girthy boy. Unfortunately, the EX is overshadowed by the baby Azumarill, who does 230 damage for 1 energy if you have a Terra down. Though this does provide an opportunity. The EX needs a ton of energy in play while the baby needs a Terra. By putting a Terapagos in your deck alongside Glass Trumpet, you get the best of both worlds like Hannah Montana. Don't want to risk your energy in play? Do 230 damage for 1 energy on a single prizer. All the while, you're building up the EX in the background. There's several other ways to get a lot of energy in play, of course. Smoochum, who gets a lot better post-rotation next month, accelerates 2 Psychic for free. Have experience share on a bench Pokemon, some of that energy will remain in play after someone's knocked out. And don't forget about Wondrous Patch, who is more discard pile acceleration. While I made a rule to avoid Gardevoir EX in this video, Xatu's fair game. Same with Turbo Energize and even Larry's Komala, who's shown in my Dunsparce video. Basically, the strategy is to flood the field with energy, use your nicest toes to count up to 7, and hope no one takes advantage of the fact that Baby Azumarill hits itself for 50 damage each time it double edges. I think we can win this one. We have a playable start, so that's, that's a good thing that is happening. We're gonna Lillies. I can't really, knock anything out, but this is a winnable matchup for us for sure. We don't want to put any of these in play, though. What's my favorite toad? The big one, obviously. So then we go Delightful Kiss. And yeah, we put them on the Terapagos. Because we have the Azumarill EX, we have a research. I know I probably should have Pal Padded the Lilies back in. But I only have 1 bosses in the list. Because this is more of a discard-focused list, I have 1 bosses, 1 counter catcher, 1 prime catcher. So the Pal Pad is a way if I have to research my starting hand and I get rid of 3 Lilies or something, or 3 Iono, or something crazy. It's just a backup plan. Did you watch the Puppy Bowl? Did you watch the Puppy Bowl? Team Rough, I think, I don't know. The Team Rough and Tough are the names. Is Azumarill EX doing more than Baby Azumarill? Yes. So the Baby Azumarill does 230. I don't play Psyduck, so this is not good. But the Baby Azumarill tops out at 230 damage. So unless, if you're hitting for weakness, it's great. But if you're not hitting for weakness, it is not good. Okay. Can't play with my balls, but we can get Azumarill. And then let's go Attach-a-Vu. I mean, this hand isn't the best, right? But I think I'd rather just Iono. Like, the hand's not very good, but, like, what else would I do? So let's Iono. And, oh, I should have, well, it actually doesn't matter what I did. All right, then we're going to go... I mean, the Smoochum's just a free prize whenever they want it, but I think we do Air Balloon on the active and Unified Beat Off. Take the prize. So obviously we're in a bit of a tricky situation because I don't have Psyduck. And maybe I should have a Psyduck in the deck, for the Dragapult matchup. But remember, Dragapult is not going to be Dust Noir filled post-rotation, because there's no more Iono and there's no more Counter Catcher, which are like their main cards right now. And Anti-Snowman. Hey, the new Marill is great. So this one's from Ascended Heroes, and it can buy you 6 turns that eventually lead to nothing. Hyde can buy you 6 turns that eventually ends up doing nothing. But the difference between the Baby Azumarill and the EX is that the baby one requires a Terra. It punches itself in the balls. They got a Neo Upper Energy, which is unfortunate. And Lena, oh no, like I'm saying, is Dragapult is played like 10 different ways in Japan because it's so good in every single way. But you don't need it, right? It's powerful without it. Oh, okay, hang on. Hang on. Oh, they got the EX. Well, that's fun. Okay, so they're going for the Terapagos KO. I am okay with that. Would have been nice to have that experience share ahead of time. Ooh, that's also really bad. Thank you. Okay, so what I have to do is I absolutely have to find my balls. And Azumarill EX is good. They're taking the Smoochum, so the Iono gets more powerful. I can't use Wondrous Patch, but I can knock out the Dragapult if I get the Clefairy. It is so dang simple. And there's a Marill. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We got the Wondrous Patch. I guess I could have used Prime Catcher, but we're getting rid of their Neo Upper, which is really strong here. So their Neo Upper energy is gone. They will have to refind it. They don't have any draw Pokemon. The only way they're drawing cards... Ooh, we got the Clefairy. I don't know if it's in the deck, but we have it if it is. I don't know if the Clefairy is actually in the deck, but if it is, we have it. Okay, so we play with our balls. Please be in the deck, Clefairy. Thank you. And yeah, we got everything. We have more Marill. What's our recovery looking like? We have all of our recovery. We have everything. And then we go Energized Balloon. They got no Neo Upper. I'm a Dragapult KO away from winning. But I think it is possible for them to win this turn. Probably. Oh my god. What's more likely to win a regional, Larry's or Azumarill? Probably Azumarill. Because remember, if you checked out the YouTube short, I'm going to be... Yeah, they could have a Crispin. Hopefully they don't. Don't jinx it. Or they'll just get Hilda. But if you checked out the YouTube short, I will be posting more YouTube shorts going forward here. They're going for the Clefairy. That's actually totally fine. Unless they knock out my Marill on the bench, then that's bad. Because, yeah, this is how they win, is they would go for the Clefairy... And then that would be very bad. So if they get a Hot Lucha, we're screwed. There's a Cleffa that we don't want, so we'll get rid of the Cleffa. Please give me an energy. Thank you. Hey, that's just game. Did we just destroy a Dragapult deck? Are we just farming wins against dragons today? Are we Dragon D's nuts? Am I the #1 Azumarill player in the world? I think so. Even when, when PDCGL cooperates, everything's great. Obviously, Clefairy's a liability, and they could have easily won if they had Counter Catcher, Hawlucha, Neo Upper. Well, I guess not easily, because I gave them an Iono to 3 and they had a Fez. But if they had been able to get Neo Upper, Counter Catcher, Hawlucha, we would have lost. But that I always get the best luck. I'm the best PDCGL Azumarill player in history. If I lose this matchup, I am going to crap my pants. I'm going to never allow people to see my feet ever again. All right, so there's not really anything I can do. Like the experience share I can't put anywhere. I guess I can put the Air Balloon on the Marill. But this is realistically just an Iono turn. Because we are 100% getting that Smoochum out of there. Now Smoochum's getting knocked out. Goated. Absolutely goated turn. So we go for a Marill and a Tarantula. We don't really need a whole lot this game. Because they're weak to Psychic. Yeah, it farms Dragapult, it farms Lucario, it farms everybody. I do have to lose the bosses, but who cares? And Hunter, you're trying to defend Mega Emboar. For the Win made a video about Mega Emboar. I am going to try. I will do a Mega Emboar stream. I can promise you that. But I tested it for several hours last week, and Mega Emboar is just brutally, brutally bad. The fact that it does 60 damage to itself is horrendous. Like, you might look at it and be like, oh, hey, the stats aren't that bad. It has 380 hit points. How's that not good? It's because it does 60 damage to itself, so it has 320 hit points. And if your opponent can do math, then you could knock yourself out with Mega Emboar, and then they just get another turn, they can win the game. So you would not believe, even with the Workorio EX, even with the Baby Emboar accelerating energy, it's still horrible. You can't really play Maximum Belt because you need to put Hero's Cape on this. You want to put in Monkey Dory to heal off the damage. It's just Mega Camerupt is a better Fire Mega. The, Charizard EX, the Terrazard. Jaw. Oh my god, do I have to admit that What? What? A Ting Lu in 2026? So if I had played the full 4-4, oh yeah, the Smoochum's dead. If I played the full 4-4 Spidops in this list, I'd be able to one-shot the Ting-Lu, but I can't. So that's kind of unfortunate. All right, well, as long as we get a Azumarill EX, we'll be totally fine here. And let's go attach to you. And sorry, Lillie's Clefairy, you're not coming into play. All right, we got it. We're good. So Hero's Cape there. I think we go Pokepad for Spidops because we have to start Spidopsing before they activate Ting-Lu, though I don't think they can. And then... I mean, I guess I could Cycling Road, but then I would have to get rid of my top deck, whatever that is. So I don't want to cycle. Whatever I Cycling Road into my hand, I would have to get rid of. And we prized 2 Azumarill. Oh ho ho. Okay then, PDCGL woke up and chose violence apparently today. PDCGL was just like, hey, what if you prized all of your good cards? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Wouldn't that be so funny? Wouldn't that be fantastic if we just screwed you completely over and prized all 3 of your Azumarill? Though, to be fair, the baby Azumarill takes this knockout as well. It's just that in this situation, the Azumarill EX, oh my god, is really, really good because, like, say they have the Ting-Lu. And never to let me down, you were completely wrong. But this is why I like the Azumarill EX, is they work really well in tandem, is because the baby Azumarill does 230 damage. That's knocking out half of the 2-prizers, basically. You're knocking out Fez, you're knocking out Mew, Latias, Heelmask Oderpon, you can knock out Dragapult, you knock out Mega Lucario, you can knock out so many things. For the things you can't knock out, you save this guy, get 7 energy in play, you're knocking out everything, get 8, you're knocking out Mega Venusaur. So I don't really know why everyone was sleeping on this. I talked about it a lot in my videos. When it was first announced, I'm like, hey, this is actually kind of okay. Randomly, it doesn't have a resistance, though. Kind of weird, right? Because Azumarill is a fairy type. Why doesn't it resist fighting? And FM Boss, that's what I've been seeing a lot post-rotation. It's looking better than Dragonite. Yeah, I think I'll have to admit that Mega Emboar is worse than Dragonite, because Dragonite does 330, and it has a switch ability. And then there goes all the Azumarill EXs. And there's all the cards we need. Yeah, this deck, it's actually working. I told you, I'm the #1 Azumarill player. I can build good decks. Yeah, and it doesn't damage itself. Yeah, it discards energy, but that's what Electric is for. And Miles, but it does in the games. It does in the game. All right, and this is why the Lucario matchup is just so cracked for this deck, for any Azumarill deck, is if they put a Mega Lucario into play, they lose. It's that simple. They literally just lose the game if they put a Mega Lucario into play. And then they have to put another one down, which is really bad. And I put Hero's Cape in this list instead of Prime Catcher. I mean, now that I think about it, it's not that useful because a Mega Lucario with a maximum belt is doing 320. So Mega Brave is doing 320 with a max belt. And then with 2 PPs, it's knocking out your Azumarill with a Hero's Cape. But there you go. They had no way to win. Azumarill absolutely farms the top 2 decks that are post-rotation, which is Mega Lucario and Dragapult. Just any semi-decent Psychic deck is going to do well in the post-rotation meta. Azumarill is semi-decent, and it's better than semi-decent. It's adequate. Their name is Turn 1 Donk, and that was their Turn 1. I am underwhelmed, is what my ex-wife used to say to me every night after we went to... okay, so we're just gonna Lilies. There's no point playing Hero's Cape because I don't know what we're doing. There's another Poffin. We got the Air Balloon. Can we smooch him? We can't smooch him. I wanted to smooch him. We can't smooch him. We prized the smooch him. We also prized the Spidops. So do I hold back a Tarantula? And we also prized our grass energy. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah, we definitely don't put the Tarantula down because we prized a Spidops, and our Grass Energy. Wow, I really don't know what to do here. Well, we're going to hide and see what happens. Let's go hide. Hey, if you want to mind bend, you can't even do anything. Yeah, we prized Grass, Spidops, Smoochum. Oh, you're right, it is Grimmsnarl. So we're definitely losing this one. 100% loss. Yeah, there's the dude. I mean, I can Mortys if they fill up their bench, but if they fill up their bench, that's bad for me. You know, that'd be, if they fill up their bench, that kind of means we lose. So we don't want them to fill up their bench, but if we had a Grass Energy, the Spidops would be really good, but of course we prized the Grass Energy. That would have really helped, by the way. Would have really, really helped. And they just got the TF. So yeah, this was going to be a loss no matter what. But then, you add the Spike Myth, you add the Froslass. Because everyone on my side of the field is either really weak or has an ability. But, oh no, I can't. I don't even think I can really knock anyone out here. It just has to be, so we'll go Spidops. Air Balloon on you. I guess just research and hope. But then we lose our counter catcher, but I don't really want to draw 3. All right, we got the Cycling Road, but we didn't get the Azumarill. That was all we needed, was the Azumarill, and we can win this one. That's still not an Azumarill. If we just get a Azumarill, we definitely win this game. 100% guaranteed. No lie. But we didn't get it. And, obviously I lost my... Yeah, we lost the counter catcher, which is bad. We flipped Tails, which is bad. I have an ability Pokemon in play, which is bad. If they get another Monkey Dory, the Tarantula is basically knocked out. Though maybe they can't do anything. And then I can just put a Hero's Cape on the active Marill. Because obviously they're going to target this Spidops. And, I mean, the Fez probably should go back in the deck, but, I mean, the Super Rod might be better. Though, if they do nothing here, that is fantabulous. If they just do nothing, I think we're okay. And they got, oh my god. They haven't even Tatsugiri. They haven't even let Tatsugiri let them down yet. All right, here we go. If we just knock out I knew it. I was going to say, I'll bet you the next card's the Azumarill. Literally, how often does this happen where the card I need is the next card in the deck? It happens way too often for it to be random. All right, well, that's another card. So let's get rid of that. I need to be very careful with my energy. So I know they're not knocking out the active Azumarill. All they could realistically do is de-evolution and knock it out. But that would require quite a few things. So we don't put that into play. We don't do the Clefairy. We don't do anything. We just go Energize Balloon. And then this will be the Smoochum because it's the least useful card. Oh, it's a Psychic Energy. Maybe I'm playing too much Psychic. It's either 11 or 12. I feel like it felt like 10 was too few when you need 8 to do 380. Right? Like, I guess 10 would be the right number. But it doesn't feel right. All right, so if we can just bosses the Froslass, we might be okay. Obviously, if they get a Grimmsnarl, then we're screwed, and I have to go for the Grimmsnarl. And, I wonder if they're going to get an Ultra Ball with that. I wonder if it's going to be Ultra Ball TM Evolution, and they're going to Ultra Ball away the TM Okay, well, they have Seedra Box, then we know what they're doing. Okay, they have everything. Wait, if they go for Counter Catcher, that seems really good for us. If they Counter Catcher literally anybody, that seems fine. Because I should be able to knock out the Grimmsnarl. If they go Counter Catcher like the baby Tarantula and set up a knockout on my Tarantula and my Spidops, They will have 300. I'll have 6 energy. Oh, they're going for the... This is also totally fine. This is also... As long as I can get 6 energy into play, we knock out their Grimmsnarl, because it'll take 20 from the Monkey Dory. Or 20 from the Grimmsnarl. Or 20 from the Frost... God! I'm just too overexcited. It'll take 20 from the Froslass, so it'll get knocked out due to Froslass pings, which behooves us greatly. If all they're doing is going for Marill and Spidops, that's great. Yeah, I would have just hit into the Azumarill. Did the Hero's Cape really just scare them that much? Am I playing this perfectly? Is Trust Your Pilot the GOAT? All right, well, we don't have a playable hand, which is kind of unfortunate, but we do have a knockout on the Grimmsnarl. What we do after that, I have no idea, because their Monkey Dory are a huge problem. All right, what do we do here? Because they could very easily... Okay, we don't need freaking Buddy Poffin. Also, I can't put that into play. All right, well, let's just get them out of the deck, I guess. Yeah, we can't put the Clefairy down. We have to do this. We have to do Bubble Gathering. So, realistically, they're going to knock out the Tarantula. I mean, we have to knock out the Grimmsnarl, right? It would be great if I could knock out the Froslass this turn, but they have the Grimmsnarl. That's just able to two-shot me. They can math their way to victory very easily. There's the Smoochum and the Grass Energy. Great timing. Though, if I'm able to top deck a Spidops, we could knock somebody out. Like, we could knock out... Well, actually, nobody. I guess we can knock out the Impidimp. But it's 30 damage times the number of Team Rocket's Pokemon in play, so I can do 60 damage, so I can't even knock out an Impidimp. Well, I think they have Rare Candy Grimmsnarl, but I'm not sure. Something's telling me they have Rare Candy Grimmsnarl. Yeah, I think they have everything they need. Luckily, it's weak to Metal, not Dark. But I think we just lose if they have De-Evolution, so we'd have to get, like, an Iono. Yeah, there's Arven for Rare Candy, so they did that in a very weird order. But it was the correct call to not evolve into the Azumarill EX, because it would just start taking damage. And then we'd be in De-Evolution hell, but we're kind of in there already. But I played this as well as you can play it. Oh my god, they have a third freaking Monkey Dory. I played this as perfectly as you can play it. It's just, obviously, they had everything at every turn. They had every answer, even though they don't have a Fez or anything. They just, you know, got Lilies and Arven and Secret Box every time they needed it. Well, if I can top deck an Iono and they can't find a supporter off Totsadiri, we may just win. As long as they don't find De-Evolution. If they have De-Evolution and they find it, we're screwed. Or if they have a Blood Moon Ursaluna, we're triple screwed. And that's not a card we needed. Great. Thank you. Fantastic. I love that. And actually, I shouldn't have attached that energy. I should have put it on the Tarantula. It doesn't matter. If a Fez is the difference between me winning and losing, then I lost the game. It's fine. Most likely, they have a Blood Moon Ursaluna, and that's how they'll win the game. Or they'll have something crazy. You know, they'll bring up my Tarantula. They'll Iono me, bring up the Tarantula, and then because I didn't attach the energy to it, we'll lose. Oh, they're going for the knockout on the Tarantula because they need to draw a card. This behooves us greatly. This behooves us greatly. There's absolutely no way. Come on, bro. Hit that concede button. That concede button's looking mighty tasty, turn one donk. You know, for someone called turn one donk. Oh, did we just win an unwinnable matchup? Did Trust Your Pilot just win not only an unwinnable matchup, but a matchup where they drew perfectly Every single turn, literally every turn, they had everything they needed. But my brilliance, my amazingness as an Azumarill player carried us through. You have to comment down below. Trust your pilot is absolutely unequivocally, hot-footedly. I want to lick between those toes. I want to put some poutine gravy between those toes. I want to lick it off. He is the best Azumarill player ever. This was about to be the worst Morty in history, and now I regret not playing good cards. Okay, so we're going to have to go for double. Never mind. We're going to have to go for one Marill. We're going to have to go for one Marill. I wonder why. Yeah, we have to go for one Marill. Sorry, I thought we were going to go for two Marill. No, sorry, it has to be one Marill. God, this game is so well made. Turns 4 years old, by the way. This game is turning 4 years old. All right, so we go Hero's Cape, Experience Share, Energy, and... yeah, I guess we just let everyone die. No, we got to go for it. We got to believe. We're not winning this matchup unless we flip heads here. Ah, we lose the game. Okay. We didn't really have a chance because I had to, you know, I used the Mortys. We didn't get that great of a hand. You know, the Mystery Garden, they probably played Tool Jammer or Jamming Tower. But if all they do this turn is Crispin Wellspring Mask, no, they don't have anything, so they can knock out a Natu. It was actually a good idea what I did, right? Because they could have just knocked out double Natu, but I retreated into the Marill, and this gives me a chance that both of them, you know, we have two people survive, which still isn't very good. And they're going to put a bunch of damage on the Azumarill, and if they have a Jamming Tower, we're mega screwed. But they can't actually do anything this turn that is too bad. I think, you know, because they don't have room for an Iron Bundle, so they can't knock out double Natu. They can't go Bosses and Crispin. What they could do is Bosses, Energy Attach, Sparkling Crystal. And there's Crispin Air Balloon, so there we go. So they're not going for the crazy play. And they might not have Jamming Tower either because they play Air Balloon. I would guess that they didn't have the second Noctowl, which is why they didn't go for the big combo, but they could have gone Noctowl for Bosses, Pokepad, and then other Noctowl for Energy Search and Sparkling Crystal. But I'm guessing they don't have Sparkling Crystal, or they just didn't see it. Oh, what? What? I am so confused right now. So you had it. You could have knocked out double Natu, but I guess they want to put 100 damage on the Marill? Okay. I mean, the problem is that 100 damage on the Marill plus 70 from the Fan Rotom puts the Azumarill within Dragapult range, so it's not like, you know, Hyde would have changed this entire game. If I don't take the 100 damage from the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, I don't even think I need to do anything. We can just win based on Azumarill clapping cheeks all game long. And there's Area Zero Underpants with another Crispin. Naturally, I don't have an Iono, but yeah, I think we lose this one just because the Natu are so weak. And wow, they're really going to Hooters. But I'm knocking out your Terra. And you're not going to find your stupid Dragapult. Yeah, your Terra's getting knocked out. What do you think about that? I mean, there's every opportunity that, you know, I can't knock out their Terra. There is a world where that Terra doesn't get knocked out. Because I need 4 energy. Oh, we can't actually knock it out. I need 4 energy to knock out the Wellspring Mask, and yeah. Yeah, that's a feels bad right there. Okay, well, let's do the thing, I guess. So, yeah, we go Mystery Garden. They'll obviously bump double Noctowl. And then we can't take the KO. Jag Bomb? Well, hey, they're going to win. Who are we to judge? It's strange. Maybe. Who am I to judge? All right, so we have to go Clairvoyant Sense. They're probably going to do the thing again. There's the Drasna. There's the Drasna. Oh, they got rid of the Fan Rotom as well. So unfortunately, we lose. I thought I did. Maybe I just dreamt it. Like I dream about all of your feet. You know how some people get on stage and they say they picture the audience naked? I only picture them naked from the ankle down. Yeah, so we needed to take that knockout this turn. We didn't. That's going to cost us the game. I'm having deja vu. But all I need to do is win one more game, and then all the doubters lose their channel points. 6 people said I was going to win less than 5 games. Moaning Myrtle, that's tomorrow. I'm always bricked up, problem child. It's my curse. And yeah, with the Relicanth and, you know, Energy Crush and the Magneton that gets them back, it's very annoying. It's been around for a couple of years. Oh, they do have Sparkling Crystal. All right, so they'll have a Crispin. They'll have another Crispin and they'll get it, or they'll have an experience share or something stupid. Yep, see? They'll have a Crispin and they'll get everything and they'll win. I think you're seeing why Dragapult is the #1 deck post rotation. Not sure if you're paying attention, but this is why Dragapult is the #1 deck post rotation, is because they're playing a post rotation deck and they're crushing it right now. Though, to be fair, I mean, I'm playing Azumarill, so I wouldn't get too excited. All right, and, you know, it'd be great if we had an Iono, but obviously that's not going to happen. Oh, baby! Speak of the devil, we got the Iono, but I mean, they have triple Dracloak, right? They have triple Dracloak. Does it really matter when they got triple Dracloak? Not really. Not only do they have triple Dracloak, but my balls are in my throat right now. All right, so... I mean, let's just go for it. Right, at this point, there's no reason to think. Let's just go for it and see what happens. Oh no, we area zeroed them. There's the Lily's Pearl. I mean, that does one-shot a Dragapult. So, wow, this is crazy. They're taking a long time. They're playing fast. It's just that they have to do so many things with all the Dracloak and all the Noctowl. There's the Dragapult. They still need a Crispin, though. Wait, why are the Dracloaks... why do they have a... Oh, because they're weak to Clefairy. Wait, why do they have a down arrow? And it's because I gave them a weakness. They're weak to Psychic. Well, it is on the... Well, no, it would have been on the bottom of their deck, but then they Terra Orb to shuffle their deck, so of course Iono was a lie. Iono was a big lie. And there's the Dragapult, so they need a Crispin. If they don't get Crispin, we probably win the game. So of course they will have the Crispin, because they will always get the Crispin. Yep, see? Told you they were going to get it. All right, so Natu gets knocked out, but I do knock out their Dragapult. Well, yeah, they could get Crispin, they could knock out, they could, you know, Dracloak into it. If they had a Fez, they could Fez into it. And Joko, we faced that in the last stream with, I think it was Charizard, and it was a bit strange as well. You know, if you're playing a Terra deck, put a Terra in there, right? All right, well, maybe they're just going to run out of energy. So the good news is that the Azumarill has the experience share. It will get 3 energy. And they have more Hooters. They're going to Hooters again. And Jaw? Unfortunately, that's not true because they can just go Dusclops. Because it's not a pearl necklace, you freak. So obviously they just knock out the Natu, go down to 1 prize, and then I put the pearl on the Clefairy and it doesn't really do anything. But I am taking the knockout. You know, that's not nothing. Or do you think they put yeah, they're going to put a little bit on the Azumarill and that's fine. All right, we can still technically win. It's unlikely, but we still technically can. It'd be the comeback of the century. Well, I mean, not really a comeback. We were kind of tied on prizes there for a random amount of time. Hey, there's a useless card. Thank you. All right, so Lillie's Pearl. Is there anything to get from the deck? I can get energy and nothing of importance. All right, so 360, take the KO. I mean, they have to get Dragapult, Crispin, Gust. And they don't have a Terra in play if they have Noctowl but no Terra. And there's... We have game. We have game in hand, so they'll probably go for Iono. They use the Night Stretcher to get the Hoot Hoot, I believe. We can check the game log. Cool game log. Yeah, they used the Night Stretcher here to get the Hooters. So they went to Hooters and they got distracted. There's no way I win this game, right? They definitely have... Well, they can't Gust and Crispin in the same turn. Their Sparkling Crystal is out of the game. That's a manual attachment. And then I can just manually attach to the Clefairy to give it the things it needs. And then we have Counter Catcher. Oh, I think they're gonna go for Hooters. They're going for Hooters. They are going for Hooters and they're not gonna know. They're gonna go autopilot Hooters here. I guarantee you that, because they are gonna go autopilot Hooters because it happens way too often. Oh, yep, see, I told you. This always happens. You just go on autopilot, you assume you have a Terra. Can we also appreciate the fact that I haven't taken 3 minutes and they're over 10 minutes? Okay, I think they read the card. Wait, there's a monkey. Are they just... What? They can't... Is that just the sacrifice? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we got the Lillies? Okay, so here's what we do. We waste the Pokepad. Yeah, they're in awe of what Trust Your Pilot is doing right now. So we want to put a couple energy back in just because if we have to attack with the Clefairy or something. And then we Counter Catcher the Dracloak. And then we Lillies. Okay, and then, yeah, we just want to waste the Poffin. Get that out of there. Energize Balloon. There's no way. There's no way. We can do this. We have everything. They still have to get... And there... Oh, yeah. Remember when I added the Superior Energy Retrieval to this deck? That was fun. That turned out to be a real useful card. A Sarcasm Detector. That's a real useful invention. Yeah. You put a card in your deck, you're either going to start it if it's a Pokemon or prize it if it's a trainer. Those are the rules. And Problem Child. Yeah, I told you this. Hydrapple is better than Mega Venusaur. They can also win with Ursaluna bosses, but they would also need a retreat card. They could win with Ursaluna bosses, but they need a retreat card. My Clefairy can retreat. So this is why, is if for some reason they were able to do some sob shenanigans with my Clefairy, this is why I put the energy back in the deck. But yeah, see, this is why I put the energy back in the deck. And look at, we just so happen to have 3 basics. Oh, this is cinema right here. This is peak cinema. I will take 4 minutes to beat someone who took 12, and that's just great. So YouTube audience seeing this, I can beat you off in 4 minutes. You know, you might take 12 minutes to finish, but I can finish you off in less than 4. That is the Trust Your Pilot guarantee. You know, that should be the new tagline. Beat you off in 4 minutes or less or your money back. Boom. See? They didn't even have the energy. They didn't even have the energy, but I had the knockout. I actually had the knockout with my bench, with my hand and the bench Pokemon. That was great. It's always fun to beat people off in 4 minutes or less.